sitting here last night trying to figure out this Henry Nowak situation over in the UK, Great Britain, wherever the fuck it's at. Uh, it's not the person that did the stabbing's issue. It's the cops, because you can sit there and tell the cops you can't breathe and you've been stabbed to death, and they'll handcuff your ass. Meanwhile, they're giving special privileges to the sheik and making sure he's well fed, while the native born is sitting there bleeding out on the fucking ground and dead. But it's not the politicians that made this law. It's the people that are choosing to enforce it, because you really can't blame a dog for doing what dogs do, but you can damn sure blame people that are picking sides. The politicians need to be dealt with, sure, and the cops just the same. But we've been so indoctrinated, both people across the ocean and here, that the law enforcement officers are the good guys. I've got different viewpoints on that. But first, you were convinced to give up all your guns without a fucking fight, and now look what it's got you. Now they're importing people and putting native born uh, as a side thought. Who gives a fuck about your own citizens? We'll make sure you're handcuffed and bleeding out on the fucking ground, and give the uh, what they call them, brown people, a second chance. Well, you don't get a second chance because you're dead on the ground. Some fucking idiot cop made sure that you didn't get any assistance whatsoever. But one thing, you idiots over there across the sea, now that you're giving up your guns, you can't carry knives. There's so many fucking knife laws over there. It's ridiculous. Kind of like parts of the U.S. here, Canada, Chicago, and California, and the like, right? But you are missing a golden opportunity. When I didn't get into the whole fighting for rights shit over guns, mine was knife laws. And I started researching it. And my thing was to instantly convert to being a sheik or whatever they are, because they're allowed to carry a knife and nobody can touch them. So what do you do if you're in the UK? You get you one of those funny hats and start wearing them, and get you a big ass fucking knife, and you go out in groups of people. Whenever the cops stop you and want to know if you converted and all this bullshit, beat the shit out of the fucking cops and move on about your fucking day. And most of the cops over there are unarmed. But if a religious exemption allows somebody to carry knives in a country where you as a citizen can't carry a knife, well, then you jump ship. They're wanting you to convert or die for Islam. Maybe you need to convert to sheiks for a while and start carrying big ass fucking knives. But I mean, naturally, you gave up your fucking guns without a fight. You still think cops are the good guys, and you think politicians are fighting for you. Well, here's a newsflash: your country's being overrun by people that aren't uh, cohesive to your country, and they're given privileges that the citizens aren't. Convert, carry knives, and it's time to start rolling some fucking cops up. Make sure they live, but make sure they fucking regret their decision for the rest of their fucking lives. Bend shit that's not supposed to be bent, break shit that's not supposed to be broken. But the politicians aren't the bad guys. It's the cops that enforce that shit while you're sitting there bleeding to death on the fucking ground. Because somebody your country imported was allowed to have a religious exemption to a knife laws on knife laws in your own country where you can't carry a knife. Just the thought: convert, but do it for a purpose. Do it in groups, and uh, start going after the real enemy. Politicians will fucking decide they don't want any bit of it when a cop can't enforce the fucking law. Just the thought.